It is April 30th, 2024. Yesterday, there's a Sheets on Middle Branch in North Canton. Alright, this girl was in there talking. These girls. That guy doesn't think it's funny. At her age, what they did to her. And at her age and what they're doing to her, he doesn't find it funny. See, I had several of them. I'm 56, almost 57 years old. They've tortured me, bashed my skull in, human trafficked me. They did it to a little. I may look good for my age, but I'm almost 60. The girl looked around. Don't let her see you. We look like the ones that did it to her. I know you do. They look like a younger sister. She ducks back around with him. I know that. Okay? Well, I could hear him off in the distance at my clients. So I start playing the tapes. I know they have the case hacked. Start playing the tapes of Dave threatening my life, knowing of other people threatening my life. And then I played the tape of him defending me. And then John's kids were on Thanksgiving of 18. The police recorded them. They were making everything up to floor and they were games of pretend. And they're laughing in the basement how they want the house for Auntie Shaw and Papa. Like Officer John told some goons January 12th of 22. When those kids get caught stealing, they made everything up. They documented me games of pretend. Like Flora read them October 23rd, 2019. Of course, it never happened. Of course, it wasn't true. We made it up. They got caught saying they were lying for Michelle and Papa to get the house, his family. And Dave and I talk about them lying. And John defended me that they were only going to make up something because he told Melissa I was going to move out. We were going to go through a divorce. And she'd have the church people make up something too. And he defends me. Karen, you're good to the kids, you're good to the grandkids, you would never hurt anyone, you're good to everyone, no matter who it is. And we talk about John defending me. Okay? Played several tapes. Okay? People later on drove by when I went to go home. We all know he defended her. Oh, the police have the originals. They have John defend me. Where I go up to him, what's going on? I don't know, Mom. Melissa just have him make up something. I told her moving out. Gonna go through a divorce. She'll have the kids make up something. But don't worry about it. No one could ever say anything bad about you. And she'll probably have the church people make up something too. But don't worry about it. Nobody could ever say anything bad about you. They taped him defending me. Joshy, I've never hurt you. I've never done anything wrong. I never said you did. Danny defended me. John, where on earth would people get that? What? Huh? And Jen, if anybody said you did anything wrong, they would be a Pinocchio and their pants would burst in flames as if you do anything wrong. Went to the twins. I've never hurt you. I've never done anything wrong. That's the truth. Always been good to you. Girls, the same thing. Joshy's girls. All family defenders spoke very highly of me at 18. I spoiled them all rotten. Like Dave said, those little ones have you wrapped around their little finger. They look at you with their big eyes and go, Grandma, please. And you melt. I didn't have a lot growing up. My dad had really good jobs, and he made us work for everything. You know, I was real little up in New York, and it's like, can I have money to go get candy? He said, I got money for candy, but I have a quarter if you will go make me a cup of tea. How bad do you want that candy bar? I need my car washed. Pays $1. You want money for candy? You gotta earn it. That's under 10. Time I was 11, I was babysitting. He was the vice president of the company. Well, from general manager to vice president. He had a lot of money. Made it. Made us kids work for everything we had. We had chores that were expected to be done, and if they weren't done, you were grounded. You got $2 to $5 a week. A lot of times we took our lunch money and bought things. Just learned to go hungry. Live in a really nice house. We worked as kids like that. Okay. Now, I played Dixie admitting that we're Flora ratted him out October 23rd, 2019. Of course, it never happened. Of course, it wasn't true. We made it up. They were games of pretend. That's where Officer John, January 12th, 22, stopped some men at the door where those kids get caught stating they made everything up. That's where December, right before Christmas of 21 in Maslin, people working the case, we looked up the case. Her family really did speak highly of her before. They all did to the police. See, that's what the big joke is. The police has found me innocent in 18 of everything. And like they said, these people are trying to convince her she did something wrong, and she didn't. And they're trying to convince everyone else. It's a big scam. Take an innocent person, drug them up and tell them to say something stupid, Photoshop scenes and stalking tapes in a sextortion act. Like they could have a reason to murder me. And that society would be okay with it. Frame an innocent person. It's documented by the police. Like Officer Mark said, it's been documented and verified. I was framed by the drug cartel. They hired the drug cartel. And Pam admitting she was, people were laughing. It took her long enough to admit she was in it with Dave with those stalking tapes. Her family was already linked back to the following rounding. A direct attempt on my life. See, right before the case started, Paymer yelled at Savannah, "Are you dating her husband?" I'll go over and say something. And he's pointing right at me. And I'm like, "Dave, you dating that kid?" He's like, "No, he has to be pointing at someone else." He was dating her. And she's like, "No, we're only friends." Her dad's name's Jack, where Jack and him had a plan since March. Because I wouldn't give up everything willingly. And like Kaylee said, do you know about Savannah? I know of her, but I don't know her. I never had trouble with her family. What do you mean you don't know about her? Well, her baby daddy, her ex-boyfriend is big in drugs. What does that have to do with it? Everything. Got him in the cartel. Like the investigator said, that family was doing nothing but gold digging. They were trying to steal her house, her jewelry, and everything. And Dave and her didn't even work out. And that bad bitch in Walmart on the Strip telling her granddaughter about Uncle Dave's tapes before. Now, they already know everything's photoshopped, drugged, framed by the drug cartel. Police already know it. Like they said, anybody stupid enough to put their name on it. Anybody stupid enough. And how she was telling Will about him and blah, 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 blah. I go to leave, people are laughing. Her family was already linked to that following rounding. Now she's confessing she was in it with Dave with those stalking tapes. Other ones are like, she finally confessed she was in it with Dave and those stalking tapes. Try it on Google. Your spouse can't interfere in your personal, private life. They go to jail and you can sue everyone involved. It's right on Google. Like they said, that idiot can't hire a stalker. Like the Portage County Sheriff's, what these people did is illegal. Like Officer Warren out in Louisville. Even the FBI would go to jail for being in your home outside a protective like case with statements, and that agent had agreed to protect you. It's illegal to be in somebody's home. It's the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution, the right to privacy. Told him about the washing scene to make me look weird. He's laughing like a little girl. I don't care what they say they got. I don't care what they say they did. I said I had bruises all over me, throwing up. They're supposed to drug me and beat me when that's what was causing it and tell me to say stuff. I don't care. Until that agent took your statement and agreed to protect you, they'd go to jail. They can't even look or listen to it. went to someone from the Stark County Prosecutor's Office. It's a big fraud scheme. Roofie confessions, where you had all the signs of being drugged and beaten, right? They probably were drugging you up and telling you to say something stupid because you never talked to anybody. And they probably did Photoshop that washing scene. It's a big fraud scheme, Karen. And they already know I'm framed by the cartel. Like they said, any of her kids ever put their names on it, they better arrest them. They human trafficked me. They drug, beat, and raped me. Till the point I could hardly go to the bathroom. I had to be on pills, screams, migraine headaches, throwing up, almost passing out in front of people, photoshopping, sex trafficking videos of little kids going potty, sex trafficking videos of me and Dave, and then a sextortion act of photoshopping and washing and drug confession so you're sleepwalking? Yeah, you better arrest them. The people they hired dismembered my coworker Lori's family member. They took my house manager's niece. It's a Florida drug cartel. Yeah, you better arrest them. Make them evil criminals. Everybody involved. The big joke is, I was found innocent of everything. In 18, the police found me innocent. How family defended me. I've never talked to anybody. I thought it was the well water killing me. I kept telling the doctor, I know we went from regular water to well water. Is it making my private area swell so bad and infected? Is it making me sick even? I felt like I almost passed out. My heart's racing. My head's pounding. They're giving me stuff for migraine headaches, dizzy, throwing up, severe swollen personal infection, pills and creams. Here I'm being human trafficked, under drugs, so I wouldn't know what happened to me. When I told them what they were doing, they're like, your ex-husband's a vile, sick animal. And when you look at these people for the animals they are, you realize how not funny it is. My whole family defended me, spoke very highly of me. I never talked to anybody, and I never seen anybody before the FBI. Talk about scary movie shit of a cartel doing that to a victim. Oh, and another thing. The cartel, the women that they're scamming or they're human trafficking, and I listened to this officer from Florida. The Florida human traffickers will have over 100 people watching 14 people so they can't get out. Okay? I'll tell you what, those people critique the women that they want to little Barbie dolls. They want their hair a certain color. They want them dressed a certain way. They make them lay their hands on top of each other, intertwined, their fingers on top of each other. Hands on top of each other, not together when you sit down or you stand. Feet together, straight down when you bend down. You cannot say your day went good. You're to say your day went well. You learn to speak, stand, and sit correctly. They groom them into what they want of their little carbon copy Barbie dolls. I was at church one time. There was a girl standing just like they made me. I thought, you're one of them, or you're one of their victims. Nobody stands like that. They stand straight up, and their hands are on top of each other. There's a good chance they're a human trafficking victim or a human trafficker. And they stand correctly like little Barbie dolls that they groom and make into what they want to be. Like the retired CIA agent I talked to. It's like talking to a mafia mama. You can tell you've been around human traffickers. The way you act, you hold yourself. The way you talk, it's like talking to a mafia mama. It's basically how prison for 7 months they induced vomiting till I lost 70 pounds. And my stomach shifted up underneath my ribs. They raped and they tortured me and sold videos. They bashed my skull in. All those girls in that gas station yesterday, they found the tape of them crushing her skull in. Some guy didn't think it was funny. 12/21/18. Almost shot in the head driving November, December 18 is shooting night by Christmas of 18 had a high not to get killed. They said they killed 2 outside. We in rival drug gangs, they probably did. I was human trafficked between May and June of 19, and then raped and tortured July to September 19. Okay? I lived through hell. And that's where police and marshals use my case. They have them all under surveillance, confessing under police surveillance in a protected custody case with statements. Like I said, our case stands up in court without her. They don't even need her. Of all those cartels breaking crimes in front of the police and under police surveillance, Kingsman from Texas, Gentleman's Club from Florida, Henry Moffey, California, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Michigan, New York drug dealers. They have them all. And if the cameras point out, because I know all my vehicles are bugged, 18, 19, 20, 21, why they drive around me? You got their planes. And that would be stupid if the cameras didn't point out. FBI informant. I'm going to upload this.